Welcome back to Nonprofit Marketing Minutes. Today, we're continuing our Pivot Point series by talking about partnership and going beyond the handshake deal. Let's talk about how radical resource sharing can help small organizations survive a cutthroat funding landscape without losing their identity. Sometimes a full merger is too much, but going it alone is no longer an option. So here we can explore a formalized partnership, sharing back-end services, co-branding, or exploring a joint venture. So how do we get to this point of partnership consideration? Let's say you're running a small literacy program. You're doing great work, but 30% of your budget is being eaten alive by a commercial lease and a part-time bookkeeper who's always running behind. Meanwhile, down the street, there's a massive food bank with extra square footage and a full-time finance team. You realize something. 80% of the families coming to you for books are also standing in their line for groceries. So why are you paying for two separate front doors when your clients only need one path to success? So you start thinking, can you build a strategic alliance and navigate the art of cohabitating without the mess of a full-blown marriage? We don't want to jump straight from nice to meet you to let's merge our legal entities. But in marketing and operations, there is a middle ground that is sort of like dating before marriage, and we call that a strategic alliance. A strategic alliance is about sharing the skeleton of your organization, but keeping everything else separate. You keep your name, your board, and your 501c3 status, but you share back-end functions like IT, HR, maybe even a joint venture on a specific program. From a marketing perspective, this is brilliant. You aren't diluting your brand, you're actually enhancing it by showing donors that you're too smart to waste their money on redundant overhead. But don't take it too casually. This isn't just a handshake and a hug. If you're going to share a skeleton, take time to develop a rock-solid MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding. This is where the strategic part of strategic alliance comes in. You have to answer the hard questions before they happen. If the roof leaks, who pays for the repair? If the shared grant writer lands a $100,000 windfall, how is it split? What happens if one of us wants to move in 2 years? Think of the MOU as your operational prenup. It's not about a lack of trust. It's about protecting the promise you made to your donors that this partnership will actually work. And if you're in the small literacy program side of the big food bank and you're feeling at risk of disappearing or being minimized, or just becoming the literacy wing, remember that this is a co-branding challenge. You might share your skeleton, but you have to be intentional about protecting the soul of your organization. You'll want to keep your unique voice, your specific donor base, and your specialized mission. Remember that your skeleton, the accounting, the rent, the health insurance plan, is invisible to the public. But your soul, your impact, is what you market. By sharing the boring stuff, you actually free up more time to tell your unique story and to scale your impact without scaling your stress.